So what we're going to do today, we're going to take some time to sort of get ourselves settled into the space. So the folks here, we're going to get ourselves into a sitting position, either on a cushion or in the chair. And then online, whatever space you have created for yourself today, find yourself a comfortable sitting space. And really bring yourself to your body. Okay, so that means your mind, your heart, your body are all sitting in the space in the present moment. Your mind is not in the past, what happened in the past, nor future traveling into the future. We have our body and mind together in the space. And there is, it has been taught, and many of us have found it true, that there is a particular type of posture that seems to very much support meditation. So we're going to want to put our hands in our laps with our thumbs touching down on our laps. And we're going to want to have our spine be straight yet at ease. Imagine that there is a thread coming up your spine through the crown of your head, and someone is gently tugging on that. So there's an elongation of the discs, but yet you're not like tight. Your eyes are almost closed. We have them open just enough to let a little bit of light in. Check your shoulders. If they're a little bit tight, that's a place where a lot of us hold our attention. Bring them up to your ears and then drop them real fast. Get a sense of just those muscles releasing and relaxing, loosening. Shoulders are level. Your chin is a little bit tucked down, not so much that you might doze off, but not high to where you'll get a little distracted. And just really get a sense of being embodied. Leave your cares at the door. Right now you are safe. Doing what you chose to do today. And we'll do a short body scan just to check to see if there's anything about the body that may distract us while we do the meditation today. Sometimes a little pain or discomfort can be like a little nagging glitch in the mind that cannot stay present. So let's start at the soles of our feet. With your mind's eye, just check your feet, your toes, the soles of your feet, your ankles. If there's any tension there or pain, just imagine a warmth, a kindness, a loosening going to that place. Then up to the ankles, the calves. Just check in gently. If there's any tightness there, imagine it loosening with your undivided attention on it. Then up to your knees, your thighs, your hips. Those big bones, big muscles. Just let the tension and the stress come out of your legs, your thighs, your buttocks. And then bring your attention to your belly. See if you can soften that. Sometimes we hold our tension in our bellies as well. Just soften, loosen. And up to that incredible torso that holds all those organs. The stomach, the heart, the liver, the lungs, pancreas. And sometimes they make a little noise. So if you've got one that's making a little noise this morning, just bring your undivided attention to it. Imagine it settling down, cooling down. And then bring your attention to your spine, coming up from your tailbone all the way back up to the back of your skull, your rib cage. And just really get a sense of its stability, holding us up. But that's where a lot of sometimes pain is. So if you've got a place in that spine that feels inflamed or tight or closed down, bring your attention there as well. And then up to your shoulders, the upper part of the back, the shoulder blades. Once again, any tension there. And then bring your attention down the right arm all the way down to your right hand, all the way to the fingertips. If you do a lot of typing or desk work, move the fingers gently. Maybe the wrist is tight and sore. Up the right arm, across the shoulders, and down the left, all the way down to the left fingertips. Check in. And then back up to the skull. Come up the back, over the crown of the head. And then as you bring your mind's eye to your face, any place that is tight, clenching the jaw, furrowing of the brow, squinting of the eyes, even the ears can get tight. Just visualize the whole face just loosening and softening, relaxing. With the eyes closed, a lot of the sense organs are quieted down a little bit, not so much uploading of things that we see, taste, touch, smell, here all kind of quieted down because we're focusing with our eyes slightly closed, just paying attention to sensation, not information. And then we bring this undivided attention, this mind's eye, into the inhalation and exhalation of the breath. So the belly is the more obvious place because we can actually feel it rising, going back down, or the tip of your nostrils, which is a little bit more subtle. So choose a place where you want to bring your attention to your breath. This is an excellent object of meditation because we all have one, and it functions basically the same way for everybody, but uniquely different on how we breathe. So as we watch the breath and bring our attention to it, try to find your natural rhythm. When you are at ease, when you're at home, when you feel safe and rested, let's see if we can find that place, each of us. And if the mind wanders away to something else without a lot of judgment about how you're doing, bring it back to the breath. And we'll do this for a few minutes. Then we take a moment to set what we call here at the Abbey our motivation, why we're here, why we're doing what we're doing. And so the thoughts that came up for me in helping to generate this motivation today is, as COVID continues to be in the world, and because like us it is changing moment by moment, let us look at how our lives have changed because of its presence in our world. Due to its powerful impact, our external world has changed. Maybe a little, maybe a lot. Our relationships have changed, our livelihoods, our financial or living situations have changed. Our educational opportunities, our planned weddings, our vacation plans, our childcare, our retirement dreams have all changed, maybe a little or a whole lot. What is even more obvious is the fact that it's so noticeable that we are so dependent upon so many beings, not just our inner circle. Due to the pandemic, we've gotten really close to our near and dear ones, but we have become even more aware of how we count on so many beings for our very survival and well-being. Be it the medical system, the supply chain, the farmers, the businesses, the grocery stores, the teachers, the IT folks. And to be able to look inside each and every one of us and acknowledge the amazing kindness of so many beings keeping us and others, the world, going through this very difficult time. And for many of us, due to the external changes and unpredictability, we have also had to change internally to adapt to the circumstances mostly out of our control for the past 18 months. We've had to develop our fortitude, our generosity, our courage, our compassion, our wisdom, our humor, our equanimity. I mean, you name it. Our good qualities have been called upon to grow very significantly this past while. And mostly to be the medicine for whatever fear, attachment, anger, or frustration, or loneliness that has also probably come up for many of us. To bring those good qualities forward in order to keep ourselves internally healthy. So today, as we share the Buddha's teachings on compassion, let us see this amazing interconnectedness with the world. May we open our hearts and minds to recognize that this interdependence is an indication of strength and trust in each other, not weakness, not vulnerability. We are woven together by our need for each other, and that is a truth. It is not a fantasy. It is not a conspiracy theory to reject. It is a truth that we are interwoven, and our need for each other is there. And by understanding that, may we cultivate joy and resiliency as we inspire ourselves and inspire each other in order to be of the greatest benefit. So let's really hold that internal joy for what we have, the deep gratitude for those who have cared for us close and far, in order to be of the greatest benefit to them. So we've been going through an open-hearted life, and the chapter today is about talking about helping each other feel safe. And it seems to come to the conclusion that the more that we care for each other and care for ourselves with kindness and compassion, the more at ease we'll feel on our own skin, and more friendly and open-hearted the world will seem. So we're going to do a little bit of an analytical meditation to think about the people in our lives and how we can look at them with our wonderful good hearts, wish them well, and to see if that indeed does give us a sense of connectedness, a sense of being in a safe world. So first we want to think of a friend or a dear one that we care about. See their face in your mind's eye or get a feeling of what it would be like to be in their presence right now. And if that's too hard, just a thought of them. So bring them to mind. And then knowing them as well as we do, remember when this friend or dear one had a difficult time, or maybe they're having one right now. And just allow yourself to connect to the feelings or the thoughts that arise as you bring their suffering and their difficulty to mind. Don't get caught up in the suffering. Don't get disturbed about it. Just be aware of the sensations and the feelings when you think about whatever difficulties that have come in their life. And then keeping them in mind, offer the following wishes. May you be free from the suffering or difficulty. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you find peace and joy and feel safe. And then think of someone who you might consider a stranger or just barely an acquaintance. Maybe someone you see at work or at a store, at a park, you maybe know their name. Say hello to them. You can see their face. Bring them to mind. And then, although we don't know them as well as our dear ones, imagine them being faced with some sort of suffering or pain. Maybe they're having a conflict or have had a conflict with a loved one. Or maybe they're experiencing some very deep disappointment with their dreams not happening. Something they've really wanted and hoped for is not coming to fruition. Think of something that may be arising from them in order to allow your heart to feel a kind of warmth and care for them and a wish to support them. So use your imagination of what might be happening, given that they're human beings in samsara. Think of something that might arise and bring your warm-heartedness to that. And then extend that warm-heartedness to someone that right now you're having difficulty with. You may not want to think about them, but once again, because they are human beings, imagine them perhaps experiencing upset, anger because their life is giving them something they don't want right now. You may know enough about them to know what kind of suffering they may be experiencing, maybe not knowing how to work with what's coming up. So bring them to mind. And then bringing the stranger and the difficult one together in your mind's eye, sitting side by side. From the deepest place of your heart, say to both of them, may you be free of suffering. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you find peace and joy and safety. And really feel your heart meaning that. And then we're going to go one step farther, and we're going to take all this warmth, this care that we have directed towards these three people, and imagine sending that out in the form of light, out into the world from your heart, so that your compassion is going out to the whole world. And you can send it out to a particular place who you've been watching in the news that's just having a lot of difficulty, but try to share that light as much as you can all over the planet, to all beings. And really feel connected. May you all be free of suffering, be healthy, be happy. Have some peace and joy and safety in your life. I wish that for you. And then we take all of this good energy that we have generated amongst ourselves here and online. And we want to send that good energy out. And what we do is we dedicate all of that virtue, that goodness, for all living beings to find the happiness that doesn't end, to be able to actualize their potential, each and every one of them.